What's up guys, Mike here, Dezaras Prime. Not back with another Transformers review. I'm gonna try something a little bit different today, and we're gonna build some Lego. Now, I've just finished, the Combiner Wars reviews finished last week. As of recording, it's the 17th. This will go up a lot more recently than the other ones. There are gonna be videos recorded way before this that'll go up after this. My Combiner Wars top 10 just finished on the Friday. Excuse me. Going forward with Titan's Return, I'm probably going to take this week off. Monday the 18th, I've got Into the Wank Basket, the first one, where I look in a basket of figures that aren't the best, or I haven't got room for on my shelves. I've got 3 of those, and I'll do one of those after each Prime Wars trilogy subsection. Titan's Return will only go twice weekly instead of 3 times weekly with Combiner Wars, and in the days that I don't upload, like, so I usually go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'll probably go Monday, Wednesday with Titan's Return. I might on occasion upload a Friday video. It won't be Titan's Return. I'll probably do something different, something that I'll do closer to that time, like maybe on the Sunday. It's the Sunday now. Just little things like that, just to add a little bit of a more updated opinion and approach, because a lot of my reviews were recorded before Christmas. Combiner Wars was done before Christmas, and middle of February it's only just finished. So yeah, what I want to do is I just want to try new things, and I mentioned that I wouldn't mind trying a Lego build on camera just to see what it's like. Lego is a big part of my collection. It's, I'd say, as big as my Transformers collection, given the scale of some of the stuff I've got. You've seen some of it. And yeah, it's something that I'm very interested in. So I figured today this will go up on the Wednesday, the 20th. Today, we're going to build a little Lego Batman set. It's called Batman, Batsub and the Underwater Clash. It's a 20 quid set, or $20 set. It looks pretty decent. It comes with 3 figures. You've got Batman, Aquaman, that looks like 90s comic Aquaman with the long hair, and Ocean Master, his brother. It's good that we got a new Aquaman, because I've got plenty of Aquaman figures, but there's only 2 different variants. There's the standard fucking blonde swept hair, emo hair Aquaman that you usually get, and then there's the Justice League Aquaman from the DC movies. So it's nice to have a different version of Aquaman in this set. It's number 76116, because people like to give out the numbers in these Lego things. It doesn't tell me how many pieces. Not on the box anyway. So, yeah. Let's build some Lego, shall we? Let's crack it open. And inside we have the little instruction book. Little instruction booklet there. With the confused child and shit doing all his fucking confused bollocks. Oh, it comes with a shark as well. I had a Batman set that was like, because this isn't the only Batsub I've got, and it isn't the only scuba suit Batman or scuba mask Batman that I've got. A set I had before came with a shark as well. Robin came with the scuba suit, full scuba suit. You've got stickers. I fucking hate stickers. Still haven't stickered up Triptychon yet. That's got to be done at some point before I get to the review. And then you've got a little bag that I just dropped. Ugh. A bag of the little bits. Bag of bigger bits. Bag of effects. I know a lot of people are thinking, oh, and there's that other bag of little bits as well. See, a lot of people are like, oh, with the Siege figures that come with the little effect pieces. They're like, oh, that's so cool and that, and you can look like they're getting shot or shooting and stuff. That isn't new. Lego did it first. Lego have been doing these effect pieces for quite a while now. And I'll show you what I mean in more detail. But I bought sets last year that had these effect pieces as well. So it came with, like, there was a flash set that came with reverse flash and killer frost, and that had like ice effect bits. And excuse me, there's been other sets as well that have had the effect pieces. I think there was a Superman set that came with Crypto and Lex's power armor, and it had kryptonite effects as well. So that's pretty neat. Anyway, yeah, so we'll set them to the side. And I'm going to try and do this as best I can. I don't know how much you'll see of me building. Let's see if I can bring the camera down. So I want to try and get myself in frame as well. Nope, that didn't work, did it? Right, let's try and figure this shit out. Turn Magnus around, and the camera can rest up the back. Yeah, that ain't too bad, is it? A bit lower, but that's cool. It's orange juice, not coffee today, because my antidepressants would leave me a bit energy deprived while my body's adjusting to it. Okay, so there's a few bits there. Let's get these bits out that have the heads and things inside. Make sure I've got everything out, because sometimes I'll put a bag away and it turns out I forgot. Something's like got stuck in the corner, like a little stud or something like that. Let's have a look. Okay. Gotta make sure they don't get lost under all my fucking Transformers as well. So, and we've also got the little cape box. I think it's only got Ocean Master's cape. I don't think Batman comes with a cape. No, he doesn't. Here's the first thing. Instructions are saying, build Batman. So, the one thing I like about this is it's kind of one of those things that really kind of does my nut in, because they've updated Batman so many times and they've finally updated Aquaman, but they haven't updated Superman. I talk about there was only 2 versions of Aquaman prior to this, the Justice League and the standard Aquaman, that I didn't get the Lego set for the Aquaman movie. So I don't know if that one's any different, but I need his rebreather. But I know that there was only really 2 versions of Aquaman. Superman, he fucking gets it worse. Because, you know, if you've never seen a Batman minifigure, by the way, that's how they do the white eyes. It's just a headband. As you can see, he's got 2 faces. It's a double printed face. Let me just take the rebreather off a sec, and I'll show you it without the rebreather on. Like that. Now it doesn't want to fucking focus. Come on, there we are. And if you flip it around, you've got his scowly Batman face. But yeah, fucking see if I can find his cowl quickly. Yeah, I've got so many fucking Batman minifigures that are all different, so many different suits. Yeah, Aquaman's only just had a third variant released. Wonder Woman, I believe I have... I think I've got the new 52, the original, and I think they had different ones for BVS and Justice League as well. And the Wonder Woman movie one. I think BVS and Justice League were the same, but a quick look at Batman. Oh yeah, there he is with his little smirk. And that's his rebirth suit. That's the point I'm getting to. And scowl. There we are. The point I'm getting to is Superman really hasn't had as many variations as he probably should have done. There's a black suit that I don't have because it's really fucking rare. But there was also the... other than his movie ones, and one where he had a goofy fucking grin for the Lego Batman movie Fortress set. Other than those, it's always been the standard Superman. I think they've updated his hair now. He's got like the more Cavill-like hair, as opposed to the S-curl. But they really haven't, and obviously a soft cape instead of the hard fabric stuff, but they really haven't updated him as much, considering for the last few Lego DC movies, because they release straight to DVD little movies as well, he's had the new 52 look for quite a while now, and we've never seen a new 52 Superman without the trunks and the red belt and stuff, and he's been rocking that suit. He had it in Lego Batman 3 as well for the... I had it for the Xbox 360. But Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, he had the fucking new 52 look. But there was never a new 52 minifigure officially released. And aside from that, we had the Man of Steel version, which was okay. I like that one. The BVS was slightly updated with different hair, and they painted his boots. Just this, in a couple of the sets, there was like fucking 2 versions of Superman in the BVS Lego sets. One had painted boots, one didn't. I think they did the same with Batman as well. They painted his boots on one, but not on another. Weird. But yeah, it would be nice to see... Well, I say it would have been nice to see a new 52 Superman. Or a rebirth Superman. I mean, it's kind of gone full circle now. I think he wears the trunks again in the comics, so it doesn't really matter that much now, but... You know, back then it would have been nice. Batman with his rebreather. But yeah, Batman has a fuck ton of different variant suits. This isn't the first rebirth Batman I've got. I've got a version that came with the Batwing and Batwoman, which was her first figure. Got that last year, built that over Christmas. That had the cape. And then there was one before. I believe it came with... I'm just going to put Batman there. Court of Owls. I think it came with Blue Beetle. I might be wrong. It might not be Blue Beetle, but there was a Court of Owls. He had a couple of talons from the Court of Owls. And that had a different variant of the same thing, but it had armour on it. Okay, we're building Aquaman now. I'm going to talk bollocks during this, just so there's some noise to fill the time. Let's shift Batman out of the way, actually, so I can show Aquaman. He has his jewel face as well, like a little bit of a cocky smile, like, hey, I'm your king. Fuck off. I don't mean fuck off. Fuck on. Stay here. Like, yeah, I'm your king. I'm going to put his hair on in a sec. And then he's got his like little angry fucking, don't take the piss out of me. I've been shit since the 70s. So yeah. There he is with his fucking surfer dude hair. And then I'll quickly flip it around. So there he is, with his angry face with the surfer dude hair, which is really yellow. It's one of the things that bugs me, when they've got like the sandy blonde beard, and then really yellow hair. I mean, with Supergirl it's fine because she has no facial hair, but Thor suffers from the same thing, where he has the sandy blonde beard, but then he's got like proper fucking in-your-face yellow hair. But it's a new Aquaman, and it's different to the standard Aquaman we're used to getting. I'll probably do some comparisons at the end. I'll shut this off, grab a couple of figures to compare it to, and then we'll go from there. There's no detail on the legs. It's all just fucking plain green legs. I don't know if the Trident of Poseidon's fucking causing the focus to go a bit tits up. There we go. Well, he's got painted abs. And if you look closely enough, you can see the scaling on there as well. Like a little scale effect that glimmers. I dig that. I mean, I think all the Aquaman versions have got that as well. So that's pretty neat. But yeah. Nice little collar. And then he's got printed back as well. Again, with more of that scaling effect on there as well. Batman has same printing. He's got that Rebirth logo and some of that, excuse me, piping down the chest and around the sides, just under the utility belt there. Utility belt's in gold, which is quite nice. And then go around the back, piping and back muscles, and a little bit of black there, which kind of finishes off the cowl. Okay, so I think now we are going to build. Actually, no. What we're going to do now is we're going to fucking go into the effects. So what we need, first of all, is one of these little pieces. And then what we're going to do is grab a couple of these clear blue studs. And then, you usually get a ton of these in excess. You get a lot of spares with these. I believe we need two of the little ones. Yeah. So, what we are going to do is put them in there. And I believe I put that the wrong way. Yep. Silly me. Because I'm the Dez and I'm shit. Nope. A couple of those on there. And then one of those goes in there. And what you do then is you stand Aquaman on there. So it looks like he's swimming up. So it's like he's swimming up and then the water is being kicked away behind him. I mean, he can't do the paddle because his legs are fucking stuck in. But it's a neat little fucking touch. You've also got like these things as well that you would, if you put it over the hands, it looks like he's going to lob water at you. Because, being Atlantean, he can form, I believe he can form water constructs. I know Queen Mera can. But you've got, kind of looks like he's going to lob a fucking water ball at you or something. There we are. And there's nice little effect pieces. on display there. And then you've got other ones like there's a shield. So you can either have it like it's formed a water construct shield, or he might get attacked and then that'll be a splash against him or something like that. Another one of those hand pieces. A bunch of little, neat little fucking pieces that you can use. And then the instructions actually call for that bit that I didn't realise. I jumped the gun a bit there. And then it's that as well. I'm going to keep the trident in his hands for now. I don't quite see the point of that one. Oh, now I do. Because now what I need is one of those, and one of those, and I need a spinny stick, a water Twizzler, and then that. See, that's what it does. Looks like it's shooting out a water blast, which is pretty neat. I dig it. I don't use these little things often, but for the purposes of this video, I will rock it. Right, now we're building tooths. That's what I call the shark. He's called Tooths. Tooths. Little pet shark. And then it's got an opening gob or mouth. You can put your finger in there and you can chow down on that. So yeah, neat little Lego shark. Looks angry. Sharks do. Actually, sharks don't, do they? Sharks look kind of dumb. So this is like an angry shark. It's not very realistic, is it? Angry shark, do 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 do. That's enough of that. Right, now we're building Ocean Master. So some nice detailing on this figure. Grab his cape. Yeah, Ocean Master is Aquaman's half brother, I believe, because Aquaman's mum, the Queen of Atlantis, was a slag and went and shagged a fucking lighthouse keeper, a human lighthouse keeper, not an Atlantean lighthouse keeper. So Ocean Master has, as usual, he has move that out of the way. He has the double printed face. Now that side has a red visor on it and a bit of a scowl, and you can just see his eyes underneath. On the back, no visor, and he looks really, really angry there. So let's bang his helmet on and see how this looks. Okay, not too shabby. Alright, so there with the red visor, and you can see the eyes under there. And that angry, sinister smirk. Nice helmet piece, actually. I don't believe I have one of these, or I might have. I think I had some Atlantean guards that came with one of the Justice League sets. The like smallest set that they were on offer like £10 at Sainsbury's a few days ago, and I almost bought a bunch in bulk just so I'd have extra parademons, but just never got around to it, and they sold out really quickly actually. And then if we look there, not red eyes. Oh, I fucking didn't put his helmet on very good there, did I? Let's have a look. There we are. Yeah. That's some nice detailing on the chest there, on the torso. He has some of that scaling as well, that scale effect. And there's nice silver tampos with the clasps for the cape and the belt. A nice black chest piece. It's a really decent fucking minifigure. There's no detail on the legs, but yeah, fair enough. All the work's gone into the chest and the head, hasn't it? So yeah, I'm not going to complain. And he has his where is it? He comes with the pitchfork of Poseidon, or the trident of Poseidon's cousin's neighbour's fucking gran, or some shit like that. Looks a bit smaller than Aquaman's. But yeah, that's Ocean Master with his bitch trident. Does he have anything to... Yes, we're going to build shit for Ocean Master now. I think it's the same premise as Aquaman's fucking effects. You know, second verse, same as the first, and all that shit. If I can find the pieces. Have I missed something off Batman? I think I've missed some... Yes, I've missed something off Batman, actually. Bear with me a sec. Then we'll finish off Ocean Master. Yes, here we go. I forgot to put on Batman's flippers. Got little flippers there, see? They're a bastard to store, so I don't always keep them on them. I've got like loads of these flippers just pottering about. So yeah, Batman's flippers. For when he isn't in the sub. Now then. Where's this little fucking thing? Lost a bit. Okay, so while I look for this bit, I will talk a little bit about why I started collecting Lego. Honestly, I don't know if there is that bit actually. It might be a case of that was the only one. Let me check the fucking booklet. Yeah, there's supposed to be two. There's supposed to be two. So, collecting a Lego was actually, I think I've said this before, that sometimes when I buy toys, because of what else I do on YouTube, sometimes buying toys is more akin to a casting call. I might need a particular figure for a particular story, and so I will go out and buy that toy. And a lot of times I'll buy toys because I want to buy toys, but there are occasions where I'll buy the toys so I've got the figure. Where the Lego collecting started didn't actually start with Lego, actually. It began with... Oh, come on. There you are. Character building. Company called Character, they did their own like little fucking wannabe Lego. It wasn't knockoff. I mean, the quality isn't as good, but they had a few different things. They did the footballers, Premier League and international soccer players and stuff like that. But they also did Doctor Who, and that's where I started, because I needed a doctor. I'd done an episode of Transformers: The Soap. There's Ocean Master on his little... He's like... kind of flying. So they can, you know, they can fucking swim at each other with their fucking forks, tridents. I've done episode, the Transformers The Soap Season 1 finale. Ultra Magnus, he'd been in rehab for alcoholism, which is something I won't revisit for obvious reasons. But he came out of rehab and decided to travel with the Doctor. Now, the only Doctor minifigure I had, because I won't use full-scale figures with Transformers, the scale's got to somewhat match up. Which is why you'll never see me use one of those fucking awesome fucking full-scale Batman figures from Arkham Asylum or anything like that, because put one of those next to fucking Getaway, for example, and it just won't look right. But if you've got Getaway next to a Lego Batman there, the scale's more reasonable. It's not exact, because Batman can't sit in the cockpit where the Titan Master would go. Excuse me. But it's more reasonable. And so the little Doctor I used was like that big, and it was David Tennant's Doctor like that, with a sonic screwdriver. It wasn't posable. And it was just a way to write Magnus out for a while. And then character came about with these fucking Doctor Who sets and the TARDIS and fucking Daleks and Cybermen. I've got a Dalek ship, a Dalek factory, I've got a Cyberman conversion chamber, I've got a fucking the Silence fucking console and shit like that. And they were going to release the updated TARDIS, but they lost the license before that could be made, and that made me cry a little bit. It didn't, but I was a bit upset. So it kind of snowballed from that, really. I needed the Doctor. I didn't need the Doctor, actually. I kind of looked at those figures and I was like, because I'm a Doctor Who fan, and I was like, yeah, I kind of like them, and I could use them. The scale isn't bad with Transformers. If you've seen an episode, you know it's the Doctor with Titanium Ultra Magnus, which the scale isn't the best, but it was better than using Titanium Ultra Magnus with a full-scale Matt Smith figure. Like a fucking 6 or 7 inch one. Ocean Master's little fucking water blaster thing. Aquaman's is bigger. And so, right, so I need that bit. Now let's move this to the back, and then hopefully I can show the build as it happens. So we've got that bit there. And I need a red bit. And a couple of these. So yeah, anyway, as I was saying, so I'm having a right fucking chat now, aren't I? That kind of, the release of those character building toys kind of gave way to Doctor Who the Magnus years, which was my little fucking Doctor Who, not spin-off, I don't know, it might be a spin-off of Transformers the Soap. I never considered it a spin-off, I always called it a companion series. No pun intended. But it kind of, yeah, it built to that. And I'd got some Cybermen, and I had this episode called Meet Ron, and I was trying to think, where's this fucking episode going to take place? Where am I going to do this? And then I had the idea of doing it on a planet of giants. The planet was called Gigantor, and I basically just filmed it in my room. It was just a giant room. And I had this thing where the Ron, the Cyberman, was putting them in there, by the way, was getting converted, and he's kind of like screaming out for Superman. He's shouting, "Help! Help! Superman!" And because I'd heard that like gag on The Simpsons one time, and Homer's like praying or something, and he's like, "Oh, don't ask for much, but if you can hear me, Superman." So he's basically praying to Superman and not God. And I thought to myself, well, what if I do something similar and have him call out for Superman, of all people? Like a Doctor Who episode with Doctor Who characters, and he's calling out for Superman. But I knew that in order for that gag to work, I'd need Superman. And I dabbled with fucking DC existing within the Transformers, the soapyverse as I call it, before. Transformers actually, my very late Christmas special, had Batman in, but it wasn't Lego Batman. It was a microaggression WWE wrestler, Mr. Kennedy actually, covered in black plasticine, tried to make like a Batman suit. So there was a precedent for DC existing within this universe. I just brought Doctor Who in, and then it's like, Superman, help! And so I had like the whole, I needed a Superman. And there was this little Superman set that came with Lex Luthor, the Power Armor, and Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman I bought with the original outfit. And those figures showed up again in 5 Will Make You Get Down. But I need 2 of those. That's where it all started. The set was only about 20 quid. It was like, yep, I'll get that. It just, and I only bought it so I could have that fucking Superman gag. You've seen the size of my collection, and that all came from a fucking Superman gag because I wanted it to be this guy calls out for Superman. Superman actually shows up. It's too late, but he shows up. And yeah, that is basically where my Lego collecting started, because I was like, well, I've got Superman, Lex, and Wonder Woman. If I want to bring back Batman, I'm not going to use Mr. Kennedy in fucking plasticine again. So I'm going to need a Batman. And yeah, it escalated quickly. And the thing is, my Lego isn't just fucking Mark DC. You've seen my Lego collection. If you've seen my Lego collection, you'll know there are bits from fucking Star Wars, Marvel, Ghostbusters, TMNT. My Lego collection covers a whole lot of things. And it's nice to have all that, because I was never really a Transformers fan as a kid. I've mentioned this before. We're going upside down now. But I've always, as a kid, my jam was TMNT and Ghostbusters and WWE wrestling, or WWF as it was back then. Yeah, that was my thing. Those were what I was mainly into as a child. I think that needs to be about facing me, and then that goes there. And so it was nice to have those fucking, like, instead of going out and buying like the fucking NECAs or whatever they are, or the fucking collector's edition version of those figures, I went and got Lego versions, dribbling, just so I could fucking introduce them into the soap, because the soap was my big passion. It still is one of my big passions. It's one of those things that really helped me creatively, just to start off that creativity and unleash that creative streak that I've got. And it was nice to be able to, I haven't used the Ghostbusters yet, I've used the Turtles in a little thing with Nick Fury and Iron Man. And yeah, and I will use fucking more Lego going forward, especially with the Star Wars Lego, because some of those Star Wars Transformers that I started debuting in the soap aren't the best. As we're going that way now, we'll flip that back over. But now I have Lego versions of a lot of those characters. I think the only figure I don't have in Lego form out of all my Transformers, Star Wars Transformers, I think is Jango Fett. But I've got Boba Fett. So, yeah, I'm probably going to phase out the Star Wars Transformers. Like this whole Barry Point thing that I've done, not a reboot, but altering the timeline can write those Star Wars Transformers out. I might still use them in vehicle form, just so I've got extra fucking Star Wars vehicles to play with, but yeah, I don't think they'll be transforming. Yeah, something as simple as I needed Superman for a cameo. And here we are. Okay, so Batman's flippers. There's a storage point for his flippers, it looks like. Yeah, there you go. On there. And it started off with like little sets, like little smaller ones. I think my first Batman piece was he had this little jetpack with the wings, and he was chasing Catwoman, and she was on a little motorcycle. I think there was like a street corner as well, because she's a whore. I'm only joking, she isn't a whore. But yeah, that was how the fucking that was my first Batman set. And it kind of just fucking, I think after, it was getting to a point where I didn't have Robin. And at that point, how fuck does that work? They don't go on that fucking little... What have I done? I've done this the wrong way. Bollocks. Des done fucked up. Well, that thing that the flippers go on, it's supposed to be the other way. So... yeah, so I had Superman, I had Batman, I had Wonder Woman, Lex, Catwoman. Didn't have Robin, I think. I got Nightwing before I got Robin. And it was like, well, I haven't got Robin. Kind of doesn't feel right that I don't have Robin. And I went years without Alfred, by the way. It was sort of like, at that point, the only way you could get Robin was with the Batcave and Arkham Asylum. And I bought the Batcave and Arkham Asylum. I have multiple Batcaves and I have 2 Arkham Asylums. But back then it was like, well, I'll get the superheroes one. And that didn't have the turntable for the Batmobile. But, because the original Batcave did, it had a turntable for the Batmobile and stuff. That shit is stupid expensive now. Because it's been discontinued. Yeah, I wanted the fucking... I didn't just get the Batcave for Robin. There are certain instances where I'll buy a set for a figure. There's a Batmobile and it came with like the Riddler's dragster. And might have been my first Riddler as well, but that came with the Flash and I wanted the Flash and it wasn't an expensive set, so I was like, yeah, I'll get that. Got an extra Batmobile and got the Flash. But yeah, Robin was definitely a selling point for that. And Bruce Wayne, because it came with Bruce Wayne. And I realised if I was going to introduce like these characters into the soapyverse, I would need to at some point show off their civilian identities if the occasion called for it. And so I've got Bruce Wayne. I've got Dick Grayson now as well. I've got Clark Kent. But yeah, obviously that doesn't apply to everybody. I don't have Barry Allen. I don't have Oliver Queen. Or Cara Danvers or any of those. Yeah, I don't have many civilian fucking minifigures in terms of civilian identities for Lego. But I realise, especially with 20 years, my ongoing Barry Point thing that has kind of taken a bit of a backseat to everything lately. But yeah, 20 years in Gotham, I realised I'd need Bruce Wayne for that. Because it's very much about the character, about Bruce, as it is about Batman, or Fanny Man as it's called there. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna just be quiet for a minute, because you've heard me going on for long enough. Okay, so we need some stickers. I'm building one of the turbines, it looks like. Stop messaging. So now I need to put some stickers on this bad boy. So yeah, that's pretty much why I got into collecting Lego. It all started with a Superman cameo that I needed to fulfill. And it escalated from there. I think Lego has the Doctor Who license now, but they only really did the TARDIS as part of the Ideas set. That is fucking piss poor stickering. They're way off kilter. You can see, can't you, how bad I fucked that up. Yeah. But they've only really done the TARDIS thing, and the TARDIS set, and a couple of things for Lego Dimensions. They haven't done anything else, which is a shame, because I'd like to see more Doctor Who Lego. And there was another thing as well that I was hesitant about Lego in the beginning, and that was the structure of the figures themselves. Because Lego minifigures don't have sculpted features. They don't have noses or eye sockets, or character building doesn't have mouths. But the character building figures, like the Doctor Who ones, they had moulded or sculpted eye sockets and brows and noses, and female figures had boobs and they had the curves, whereas with a Lego female minifigure, it's flat chested with painted on boobs, and the curves are painted on as well, and they'll shadow out the rest of the torso. And that was a selling point for me as well when it came to character building with the Doctor Who minifigures as well. And also a bit of a thing why I was hesitant with Lego initially, because it would have been a bit jarring. But I overthink things, and what would have been an issue to me probably isn't an issue to anyone else. I don't think anybody's watched my stuff. That's it, I don't think anybody's watched my stuff. No, I don't think anybody's watched my stuff and thought, oh, well, yeah, that's bad, Doctor's got a nose but Superman doesn't, or anything. I don't think anybody's been that anal about it. So River Song and Amy Pond, they have, female features, and yeah, but Wonder Woman, like Lois Lane, Batgirl, Supergirl, April O'Neil, any of my other female Lego figures, they don't. But it's something I can overlook. Right. Let's put the stickers on before I put them on there. See if I can get it a bit better. Well, we've been going for 50 minutes. Now, we haven't been too bored by this. I fucked that up. It's kind of like a little behind the scenes thing. A little fucking video log while I build Lego. If you want me to do more of these fucking Lego builds, just let me know. I'm not going to go out and buy Lego just to do these build videos, but if people want to see more Lego builds and I've gone out and got a set, I'll probably do it on camera. Don't know. Okay, so now we need to build the piece that he sits in. So let's set that off to the side for now. We need 2 of them. And then we need, where are you? That thing. So let's do this towards me. So that goes there. Also, Lego is quite therapeutic as well. And I've mentioned Transformers is therapeutic, but Lego can be as well. Anybody that knows me knows that I've got quite a destructive personality due to my depression, anxiety, and my recently discovered autism. And it's fucking... There are times when I'll feel the urge to break something. I'll feel quite destructive. I'll need to hit things. And I remember one instance at work I had. And it was a bad shift. I came out of that feeling really fucking shitty. And I was like, oh, grr, and all that shit, just a bit more extreme. And I bought a Lego set. It's just a little Lego set. I wasn't fucking... It's supposed to be 2 of them. Ah, there it is. Bought a Lego set, took it home, and I built. So I kind of reverse engineered it in a way, because I took that destructive urge and I used it to construct something. Now, that doesn't work every time, and I don't use that method every time I feel destructive, because that'll cost a fucking fortune. It's already cost me a fortune, but yeah. But it's like today. I'm not in the best of moods today, actually, believe it or not. I fucking locking myself in my room or in my house. Don't want to face the outside world. My meds are kind of fucking... My body's still adjusting to the meds, but there's another issue with it as well, and it's like... I'm so used to feeling anger and being angry all the time that it doesn't really leave a lot of room for other emotions. Like, I mean, obviously happiness doesn't count, but I mean in terms of other negative emotions. I've spent a lot of my life feeling angry, not a lot of my life feeling sad. And there have been incidents in my life that, you know, I've been sad about, but like losing my mother. But I've probably been more angry about. So it's kind of like, I think now because I'm not feeling angry as much, the other emotions are starting to manifest. I'm still feeling down, but the emotional response is different. If that makes sense. Which is why I decided I'd do this. Because I could sit downstairs and just fucking watch YouTube and do nothing. Or I could give this a go. Build a Lego thing on camera. Spend an hour or so talking to you guys. Or anyone who'll watch this. And just set my mind off it. Okay, so inside you've got his show you this quickly. You've got little tampoed fucking blocks there that show control panels and shit, which are pretty neat, like little dials, pressure dials and stuff. So yeah, pretty awesome. And then what I need to do now is grab this. We're almost at the end. And you can see there's not a lot here to put together. Let's have a look. I'll get this one right. So it's got the bat symbol on it. It's not terrible. I think that goes up there. And then I need one of them and one of them. So that goes what, there? And then that goes there. Okay. Interesting. Now I need that bit. And that goes over there, I'm assuming. And then same on the other side. We're almost there, folks. Shout out to anybody that does this all the time, because I couldn't base my channel off of this. I just wouldn't have the patience for it. Or by that I mean I could sit here and build happily all day. I just wouldn't have the patience to wait and put it on camera. If I bought a Lego set and I really want to crack into it, but I don't know, my camera's not charged, then I'm not going to wait. So yeah. Alright, I'm going to put the bubble on now. That goes on like that. Then that closes up. And then what we're going to do, you've got that nice little bubble. It looks like it's an ejector one as well. So if Ocean Master fucking wrecks his sub, or fucking if Tooth decides he's hungry, they could just eject it and just fucking sail off. We are not quite done yet though. I'll make two of them. And then they will go, looks like, on there. There are a couple of little claws on there as well, so we can again pick shit up like shopping trolleys or something. Never had a Lego shopping trolley before. I had Lego weights and lifting benches and a fucking basketball hoop that didn't have a basketball. Never had a shopping trolley though. Right, so that's done now. So we're going to put that on there. And then we're going to take these, put that in there, and that in there, and then they are going to go in the back, or are they? Because they don't fucking fit. Oh no, I've missed a bit off. Idiot. Right. That goes there, and then that. No, I fucking bollocks this up. That goes there, and then that goes there, and then that goes there. So, little one, big one, stick one. Oh, it's fucking, that spins around as well. That'll be fucking making dizzy, won't it? Come on, where are you? There you are. Good bitch. And then you can take these bits, if you really want to. Just took it off that bit, for example, and put it in there to like simulate the water filtering through. So there's another use for the effects. And then you've got some red studs for the missiles, because they're flick missiles. You push them. I'm not going to show you how they work. Intentionally, I might accidentally show you how they work. And that's it. So I will quickly clear up the excess. Not Flash's daughter, I mean the extra pieces. A lot of spare bits. You get a lot of spare bits with Lego. Tried Halo Mega Blocks as well, because I used to like Halo and playing Halo, but I've kind of went back to PlayStation and haven't played Halo in a while, and my interest kind of dwindled. Not only that, but I had this big fucking Pelican gunship that just fell apart while I was still building it, and I was not happy. And from that moment on, I said no more. Still got the minifigures, but most of the Halo shit is in pieces. Okay, so this is the Batsub. It's pretty nifty. Interesting little build. You've got your propellers that go round, and like I said, you can put the water effects in there. It's also got the cockpit spins, so quite like that actually. It's interesting. We go in, if he wants to bank left, he can just do it like that or like that and stuff. That's quite neat. I quite like this actually. I like the little arms on the front, so he can, you know, pick shit up, like maybe clear debris, like Atlantean rubble, because, you know, the fighting and shit. It's quite a nifty little fucking piece. I do like this. I'll buy it for a 20 quid piece. He's got his flippers on the back there. If he's gonna get out, how is he gonna get to his flippers? What's he gonna do? Get out and then swim over there, put his flippers on, and then swim? It just seems like a lot of hassle. Let's move the claws out of the way. We'll put Batman in there for a sec. He will sit in there quite nicely. Then you got Batman inside. Bit of a dodgy reflection there, isn't there? But yeah, Batman can sit inside, and then I'm guessing it can eject. But if he needs to eject, it is going to leave the flippers behind. Now, I believe, let me just try something. There might be a way to avoid that unfortunate circumstance, or potentially unfortunate circumstance. Yeah, that should do it. Just already wear them. That might be where he stores them while it's moored in the back cave. But yeah, does the box show that? Don't know. No, box doesn't show that. But it's an option, isn't it? Rather than leave them up. Because what if he takes a knock and they go floating off? What if they come loose and just go floating off? You know, he hasn't got his flippers. So it's probably best to wear them in there. It looks a bit silly. But it's fucking Lego. It's not known for being dark and gritty, is it? Unless it's BVS Lego. But yeah, that is it's a nice little sub. I like this. Not the best thing I've got, but yeah, it's decent enough for what it is. I like it. Let's just bring Aquaman back in. And Half Brother Ocean Master. And Tooths. Put Tooths up there. And the spare little bits there. Yeah. So that has been my build and my review of the Lego Batman Batsub Fighting Underwater Bastard set. Batsub and the Underwater Clash. It's been my review of this Batman Lego set. If you want to see more Lego builds, let me know in the comments. If you want to see reviews of stuff that I've already built, because there is a lot of it, let me know in the comments. If you just want me to shut up and talk about Transformers, let me know in the comments. I've been Mike Dezaras Prime. Thank you for watching this, if you stuck with me all this time, because we're at about an hour 10 now. If you have, greatly appreciate it. If you stopped even a fucking fraction into this video, still appreciate it. But yeah, Transformers reviews, Titans Return starts next week. You shall see me then.